Welcome to my Meshnology N37 build guide. To start out, we're going to grab our e-ink display and the ribbon connector, and we're going to attach it exactly as you see in the video. Now we're going to take our other ribbon cable. This is the extension so that we can reach the other side of the LoRa radio itself. And we're going to attach it exactly as I show here. Alright, now that that's secure, we're going to start securing the e-ink display to the frame of the case itself, and then the frame is going to get secured to the face of the case using the 4 smallest screws in the kit. You may have got a couple extra. That is normal. Meshnology is known for giving you extra parts. This is extremely useful because these small parts that they give you extras of are easily lost. Make sure that you're screwing them in enough so that when we put the screen protector over the parts of the screw, nothing is going to stick up and cause the glue to not stick securely to the plastic of the frame or cause damage when you're impacted on the screen. Also be sure not to over tighten the screws because these screws are going directly into the plastic of the case, and this case strips easy. Now we're going to take our GPS and stick it into the little square on the back it has a little placeholder for. It fits very nicely in there, and this is the proper orientation for it. Later you're going to see me try to flip it the other way, but actually it turns out you really have to twist the UFL cable in order to put it in the proper way so that the cable reaches so that the GPS can sit in its place and then attach to the back of the radio. They've also given us both a female and male SMA cable. We're only going to use the male SMA cable because the antenna it came with is female. So now we need to seat it into its place and tighten it down to the other side of the back of the case. At this point, I'm going to pull out my pliers and use them to secure the nut to the case so the SMA is nice and secure to the case, and when we screw the antenna on, it'll be able to screw all the way down and we won't have issues with it being loose or having a bad connection. Now you're going to grab your antenna and tighten it down secure enough, but not over tighten it to the point where you're going to end up breaking the plastic. As you can see, we can bend the antenna and it'll sit nicely along the top of the case, and when you have the face of the case connected or screwed on, you're actually going to be able to notice that it hides right behind that display. It's very nice. I love that feature about it. So next we're going to take our double-sided tape, remove one side of the double-sided tape, and then attach it to our battery, and then remove the other side of the double tape and attach the battery by pressing it against the back of the case in this direction. Make sure you put it exactly like this, otherwise the battery is not going to be able to plug into the radio properly when we have it all together. Now we're going to put the joy cap onto the 5-way switch. Be careful because you do have to put quite a bit of force in order to get it to securely attach to that joystick. Now we're going to take the other button that sits next to the joystick, put it in its place, and the boot button itself has a little notch on it. Make sure that you put it down towards the face of the case from the inside and push it in until it clicks. It will hold its place in there if you did this properly. Now make sure you pull back the U.FL from the GPS because it will be in the way when you put the actual radio on top in its place. As you can see, the ribbon cable extension cord port is a little bit wonky. It does have to twist in order to sit in there right. There's space in there for it. Trust me, nothing bad's going to happen when you put it all together. I've actually had to go back and redo it. That's that little clip you've seen with the battery already attached and both of the SMA the U.FL cables were connected to the radio. So now we're going to seat the actual LoRa radio into its place. You have to make sure the charging cord and charging port and the switch are pushed into their little seats first at an angle, and then you can push the full board down so that they line up with the screw holes. From here, we're going to screw down that LoRa radio. Again, be very careful. These screws are the pointy ones, and they kind of dig their way, making their groove into the case itself. So once it's down, it's down. I don't like taking these back apart because they often strip. No matter what I happen to do, usually at least one of them end up stripping if I have to take it back apart. So make sure you have the orientation of that ribbon cable exact to what I showed in the previous clip. I'm going to actually secure my GPS antenna with T8000 glue. You don't have to do that. They don't put anything in there for you to do that. You could also clip off a bit of the double-sided tape that you use for the battery if you really wanted to, but I'm going to just use my T8000 glue because it's going to stop any kind of rattling while it's in the case. Now we're going to plug in our battery. Make sure first both UFLs are connected. If you don't and you plug the battery in and your switch is on, you may fry your board. This is a really big deal. It's not a joke. Don't make that mistake. Now that it's plugged in, well, it's just about to be. There we go. Now it is. We're going to push the wire out of the way and make sure it's not going to get crimped in between both sides of the case. And there we go. Now you're going to take the little squares and put them in the slots on the edge of the case, and then the biggest screws you have in the kit, we're going to put those in, and it's going to screw into the little squares, securing the case together. In total, you're going to have exactly 4 of these screws that you need to screw in that way with those little squares, and then the case will be completely secure and ready for setup. There is a setup system that you need to follow, at least for the version of firmware that's out right now, because when you first turn it on, it will be upside down, and the joystick is going to be hard to use to navigate. You're going to have to get used to moving it just right so that you know what you're doing when you're following the guidance steps to set it up. And that's just going to be to rotate the screen and calibrate the 5-way joystick so that you can use it properly. Here it is, fully assembled almost. We actually have the screen protector last, and then it's going to be fully assembled. There it is. Be sure to put even pressure along all the edges to make sure that it adheres to the case very well. I take off my screen protectors because it's my stuff. I used to keep them on because I thought it would prolong things, but honestly it's a bit annoying for me over time. So here we go. I've already actually set it up, but I'm going to show you through the settings. At the home screen, you're going to click the center button and then go to options. From there, you're going to navigate down to rotate. And for you, if it's upside down already, it should be on your first boot. You're just going to tap the center button twice on rotate, and you should be good to go as far as the screen orientation. Next step is align the joystick. Follow that prompt, press up on your joystick. Your joystick should be set, and then you're going to save and shut down. That's it. Afterwards, it'll be good to go. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thanks for watching.